before the Whitsunday Reef Islands Initiative, there was no work happening in the marine environment at the Whitsundays. We weren't doing interventions, we weren't intervening to protect our seagrass or our coral communities. We just didn't have the methods, we didn't have the science, we didn't have the partnerships, we didn't know how, there wasn't the teams set up. And so the Whitsunday Reef Islands Initiative made us form those teams and those partnerships and started those on-ground projects. And because of that, we can now continue to, chase new funding and lead that on our own.
Climate change is the biggest risk to the reef, and we need to develop a toolkit of novel solutions and approaches to build the resilience of critical habitats such as corals and seagrass. And so the investment through the Reef Islands Initiative has really enabled us to advance these projects, and not just advancing the science, but really putting them in the hands of locals and building the regional capacity.
So the Boats for Corals project is a reef restoration program, but one of the main aims was to develop local capacity in reef restoration methods. So over the course of the program, we've trained over 50 individuals in undertaking the reef restoration methods. We've released over 300 million coral larvae onto reefs here in the Whitsundays, as well as 2,000 seeding devices, which also put new baby corals out onto the reef to help raise reef resilience in the region.
The aim of it was really to look at the potential for increasing the capacity for seagrass restoration to happen here in the Whitsundays. And then the partnerships that have come along the way have led to, a legacy effect of being able to now expand this, look at how we can do it with maybe less input from the researchers and more input from local community.
Our vision for the future is, of course, to secure more funding to continue working with the partners that we've built these relationships with. We've also had interest from the traditional owners to continue building their involvement with the program, which is a great highlight for us, and we hope that we can continue to do that into the future. Then of course there's also the long-term aspect of it. So we are continuing to monitor the studies that we've established, and we'll be able to quantify those real long-term ecological impacts from applying these sorts of approaches.
So from the council's perspective, the project's been a challenging project but very rewarding, and it was definitely worth doing. I think some of the benefits have been building networks, partnerships, communicating, learning together about the challenges to the Whitsunday environment, but also the Whitsunday tourism industry.
I actually think the most significant change has been the before and after in terms of the partnerships that exist here.
Definitely the partnerships.
I think the greatest outcome from the Whitsunday Reef Island Initiative is just the collaborative partnerships that have been built.
I think for me personally, it really has been the network that we've built.
I think some of the benefits have been building networks, partnerships, communicating, learning together.
And these partnerships are really critical for continuing the work beyond the life of this project.